I definitely wasn't in a rush to talk about this news, just to be sure. EA is, well, they're not bought yet, but they're getting bought because, such an acquisition will take a year to finish. So EA is getting bought by Saudi Arabia and President Trump's son-in-law. I am just so freaking curious about this acquisition. We used to joke about EA being the empire, but someone buying them is like the freaking Yuzong Bong showed up. And I certainly can't feel any sympathy towards EA because of all the shit they've done over the years. Saudi and them buying them for $55 billion, it seems they overspent because EA ruined so many of their freaking IPs. Let's see, Mass Effect, ruined. Dragon Age, ruined. Madden. Heck, their sports games used to be good, remember NFL Street? But man, it's just a gambling mess now. And even sites like IGN, they're noticing it's the same shit over and over, and when these trailers drop every year, they're getting less and less views. Speaking of Madden, FIFA, EA doesn't even have that license anymore. What else? Anthem, dead. And that had huge potential. Star Wars, they also don't have that license anymore, and the only good ones they have left are Respawn's games and Star Wars Squadron. Battlefield 6, man, that's a huge comeback compared to the last game that was a huge screw-up. And back to Star Wars, the original Battlefront games, EA destroyed Pandemic Studios. And shoot, EA ruined franchises for years. Way back in the 90s or so, they ruined the Ultima franchise. And speaking of other older IPs, I just found out EA owns Wing Commander. They haven't done a damn thing with that franchise in a long time, but I can understand that Mass Effect took off, and again, EA later had the Star Wars license. So of course they didn't feel the need to do anything with their own sci-fi franchise that they had prior to Mass Effect. It really seems like Saudi did not have to spend $55 billion, maybe $10 billion, because EA just doesn't have a good rep anymore. This is just crazy. You got Tencent, a Chinese company, buying up companies, and now there's Saudi Arabia on the other side. But I kinda rather see a company get bought by Tencent. Because, Asian games don't have to deal with the Western bullshit. Or at least they don't do that anymore. Look at Stellar Blade, for example. And when this acquisition finishes, if they fire Andrew Wilson, just that right off the bat will give them a good look, a good image. And now I'm just trying to think what would even happen to Battlefield alone. I guess when it comes to that, there will never be any Middle Eastern enemies in those games again. And I kinda hope Madden starts getting more dev time, mainly because they would want to focus on soccer. So honestly, EA having to take orders from someone else doesn't seem like a bad thing for now.